This is the Great Bend in the Bannockburn. I'm approaching the Great Bend now. If you look over there, you'll see the Ochil Hills in the background, and you'll see the high ground, the only high ground that's in the Carse. That's the knoll. That's where King Edward and his commanders watched the battle. It's where they oversaw their army, and the English army was camped on that open bit of ground, just where you can see the sheep there in the distance. They were camped right over there. Now, James Douglas held the Scottish right wing. He was to take care and close this bend as much as possible here. Bruce was in the centre, and Moray was on the extreme right there, blocking off the route from the Pell Stream burn, from the Pell Stream. We'll go up round that area later on, but this is the Bannockburn. Many English foot soldiers, cavalry who could not take part in the battle for various reasons which we'll cover, all perished here in this bit of ground. This is a lethal bit of ground, and this is where the rout actually took place. Once there was no room to move, they were scattered over here. This is called the Great Bend, what we're coming up to here. They were scattered over here, and you can see the banks of the Bannockburn are quite high. It'd been quite bad weather at the time. There was a lot of rain, and this can be 10 feet deep in places. But it says, the English reports, that they were falling over one another, horses stumbling, people becoming trapped in the burn here, and they either perished, some through drowning. Those might have been the lucky ones, and the others through being murdered by the Scottish forces that were hot in their tail. The train going past there, the Scottish lines came through what's now currently the railway. I've come through the Balquhidder Wood this morning from the top end, where it's there are no paths, and all Brucey soldiers descended out of that wood to get down here. But to get round to this Great Bend in the Bannockburn, this was a feat in itself to seal this off. And it proved to be a death trap for the English trying to escape. Some took flight further up where they drowned in the Forth. But this part here, this Great Bend, proved to be the undoing of many of them. You could just imagine thousands of soldiers coming this way, trying to cross the burn to freedom, and being denied, and panic, and everything else, and at the mercy of the Scots troops who had them on the run.